ese gato se va. Sáquenme la botella que funda para gastarle. Esta noche tú y yo nos vivimos la película. Luce cámara, la acción después en mi recámara. En el duelo no se sabe quién ganará. Eso baila y bebe. Ese seguro y retrocede. Que me encanta la manera en que tú lo mueves.
Solo pégate un poquito, mami, que yo quiero enseñarte lo que yo tengo para ti. Lo que tengo para ti. Sé que te va a encantar como meto yo.
That's
right. What's going on, Cowboy Nation? Welcome back to Primetime Studios. Like always, I'm your host, Primetime Phil, and like always, we have our co-host, Gametime Bryan. Gametime, welcome back to Primetime Studios. Dust all those cobwebs off, everything. Let's get the season going again.
What's going on, everybody? Gametime in the house. Primetime. We're coming at you live in memory. Or no, it's live. It's live. It's live. We're live.
We're doing it live.
We are live. Do live. So what's going on, Phil, man? How you been, man?
It's nice. It's nice to get overlays, new overlays going, I got a new system going. There's just a lot of newness going on and a lot of newness when it comes to this team. And are we getting rid of some oldness, some old busted hotness? That's going to be the question going into today with some of these contracts as well. But Bryan, how are you doing this past week? I know we've been on your channel here and there. We've been on the Zoom calls with the fans. But how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's just kind of weird. I was just looking at my channel, the subscribers are going up, but the views, I guess there's so much content out there. The views are kind of flattened out. You would think they would go up, but, it is what it is, man. We're going to keep putting it out there. But I'm doing well. Our team frustrates me, but again, I think that... I think we're going to be good, so it doesn't really matter. It's all going to come down to injuries. Everybody's all in, Phil. We are all in for one season at least. So,
well, that's what the word is. Right? They were all in with everything. They threw their we threw everything at them in the 4th round, 5th round picks. We didn't go farther than that. Anything that we can get comp picks back, but. At least we got some training camp, stuff going on. We got a lot of, like you said, I think right before we went on here, a lot more content coming out, especially with people at camp. You've heard some stuff today as well that we'll bring up. But how are you liking some of the stuff that you've been seeing out of camp? I know there was some negative stuff.
Yeah, there's not much negative other than Trey Lance.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was pointing at.
Yeah, that's the one thing where I tried to warn everybody, but I got some negative press. People were coming down on me, because I was being mean to Trey. I want nothing more than Trey Lance to be good for multiple reasons. It doesn't have to be the quarterback of the Cowboys, obviously, but trade bait, maybe recoup something. It's like. But he's all this time he's had with the organization over the last 6 months. When's the trade deadline? Maybe a little less than 6 months. What was it? October, November? Was it October?
Well, I mean, is it something that they
November,
push? I think they keep extending.
Yeah, 6 months.
Yeah, they keep extending these games. So it seems like maybe some of these trade deadlines should maybe extend as well too. I've already talked about so many times extending the roster. Maybe if you're sending the roster, having to put it with more guys, you're not having to put it, so much of your roster with one particular position, even though they're really calling for it. And it doesn't seem to be going down anytime soon, with Jordan Love, of course, getting his nice contract with all that he has proven in the NFL. So what did you think about that? You just kind of roll your eyes and go, yep, here we go, Jerry. You know the salary cap.
Well, deadlines make deals. No, deadlines make bad deals is what this is a different era that we're in. Like I made a video, Phil, and I even told Mark, I joined him last night. I said, this is a young man's game. The NFL as far as playing the game, but even like if you're watching, anybody's watching Hard Knocks, you could dislike the Giants, but Joe Shane, just the camaraderie he has with other execs around the league, they're all around the same age. They're all young guys, and Jerry Jones don't fit in that. I'm sorry, it's a young man's game, and he's trying to use philosophies from a pre-salary capped era. And I think it's caught up with him. But Jordan Love, I'm happy for him. But, and again, Jalen Hurts got to a Super Bowl, so I'm not trying to say, well, they did the same thing with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts had his best season in the most important season, and he made it all the way to the Super Bowl. Should have freaking won it. So I'm not going to begrudge these guys. I mean, remember, Phil, Jordan Love, what? He was on the he watched for multiple years. That just goes to show everybody wants to throw these guys right in there. Look at Jordan Love. Now, I don't know how he's going to be. I know Mark thinks that Jordan's not all that, but I think the kid's good. Yeah, we'll see. CJ Stroud, we're going to see.
So I see Jordan Love getting signed. I don't think it really kind of still touches. I think Dak was still going to be north. It's still going to be in that price range. I don't see it being different. I'm hoping that stuff kind of like settles down really quickly, just so if we can just kind of push towards that future. Getting CeeDee, getting Dak, even if you're signing those, you're going to put some more money in your salary cap situation. Being able to possibly sign another guy that maybe dropped during the training camp. You never know what's going to happen, of course, in these situations. But I think there was a situation. There was something that I saw, I think, online. There was somebody talking about how the Dallas Cowboys were bringing in another quarterback for training camp, and people were talking about, this really, kind of says everything. Oh, they're going to get rid of Dak. I think what it really signs out is that Dak is not going to play preseason. I think we all know that. Dak doesn't play preseason. Yeah. You got Trey Lance, you got Cooper Rush 1, 2, whatever direction you want to put them in or whatever order. You still need that number 3 that's going to play in the preseason, whether it's just in case because you want those other guys to get experience or it's a camp body or something. I just don't see anything being done here unless it was some kind of XFL guy. Well, you know about our XFL with 2 wide receivers being signed. I'm interested to see just what this quarterback room looks like next year. Of course, with Trey Lance expiring, Dak possibly, all this.
Man, actually, it's an iced coffee, bro. I know it's not very exciting, but I needed a little pick-me-up. Came home, relaxed, and then I took a shower, and then I was getting tired. I said, I need a nice coffee. So, no alcohol for me. I don't buy in that wearing a boot for precaution is true. Ankle, it had to be swollen. Listen, I always have an issue when I fly. When I flew to Hawaii, it's like an 11-hour flight. I don't know what they're called. My wife knows the name of it, but like when your feet are down for a long period of time, my feet swell.
The blood, circulates.
Yeah, it's like
it happens in my
atrophy.
Hands when I walk a lot.
Yeah, so when I got off the plane, I'm like, holy shit, I didn't pay attention and move them as much as I should have, I guess. And listen, I don't know what's up with Dak. All I know is he looks good in camp. He does. Me and Phil are both tired of talking about it, but it's hard to say that because that's the team that we root for. So it's like it's the elephant in the room, right? What are we gonna do? But it seems like they're gonna get a deal done. I don't know. I can't keep trying. I know CeeDee will be there, so that I know.
Yeah, when you're talking about that elephant,
that's a huge bitch.
It is, man.
It's a huge bitch. Yeah, definitely.
It's something that just keeps getting brought up, and no matter if you're a
Cowboy,
Cowboys fan, and especially you've known about having to defend this team, it's one of those situations you don't know what to do. Do you defend Dak? Do you don't? I mean, your team has a chance of signing this guy long term. It's when I look at this team, I don't look as Dak as the problem. He's not top in the league, but I don't see him as the problem.
Send it. We need to send Phil a Pink's gift certificate. Yeah, man, send it. You should send Mark's a Pink's. You should, say, Mark, go review Pink's while you're out in Cali.
Thank you for coming by, man.
Curtis, what's going on? I wish I could listen for longer, but I got to go back to work, unload the truck. So have a good night, my friend.
David Cowboy says, you got grandpa feet, game time.
No, they're actually pretty skinny. I'm just saying, if I sit here long enough with my feet dangling or if I don't move around, that's when I'm in trouble.
Here,
Easily.
Axman says Mark Holmes says Trey Lance looks really
Yeah.
bad. Like, and that's what Game Time was saying. I know Dak early in his career in practices looked terrible. So, maybe
but
something
he's not
there.
really in it. Well, yeah. Again, I think, and I was telling Mark this. I said, maybe when they said they want to see more leaves fall, they wanted to see the Trey Lance leaves. Maybe they were waiting to see what he looked like in training camp and have even more leverage and or good enough to say, you know what, we're riding you out for 1 year. You keep it up, we're going to give you a clipboard and you'll be watching this year because Trey Lance is balling. Well, it's early yet. I'm not trying to piss everybody off. What's up, Take Cowboys? But Trey Lance don't look good. So Dak has all the leverage. Every leverage point you'd want, Dak is holding it. Now, I believe Dak wants to be here, Phil. That's the thing.
Well,
But he's not going to take so much less.
Yeah, you could tell when he was talking. Should I say it? Like he still has that respect as well too. I mean, I see the deal getting done eventually. It's going to hurt like hell, just because in the long run, I definitely want to be able to. I know it does open up our pocketbooks as well, but if you could have that rookie guy, but there's nothing guaranteed. Next year, that draft is not supposed to be a rookie quarterback draft. That's going to be worth it. And I could be totally wrong. By the time the draft comes and the season actually, gets underway, we could have all of a sudden an all-star in the making. Sure as hell is not going to be Sanders from Colorado, but I just. I'm interested to see what happens with Trey Lance because I think that's the piece that he's not going to be here later on, and what team is going to give him a chance? Because some team is going to. Some team is going to have desperate.
I got a question for you. Mm-hmm. Would they release him? I don't think they would. I don't think they would release him. But I got a little something here regarding Dak. They asked Jerry today about the Love's 4-year, $220. And Jones was asked if it's possible while playing with an expiring contract. Well, first you said, hold on. Excuse me. The Cowboys quarterback in the final year of his contract and future in Dallas has been a frequent topic of conversation. Love's 4-year, $220 million extension is bigger than Tagovailoa's, and Jones was asked if the Packers quarterback's new pact will impact
that's a lot of
talks with Prescott. Jones said, I get in trouble when I make comparisons, and that he's anxious for Dak to show that he's the best with the Cowboys star. I have a problem with that. You either know your quarterback or you don't. At this point, Phil, they know who Dak Prescott is. Why?
Why are they dragging their feet?
I don't understand. Here's what I want. Either make a decision. Say we're moving on or we're signing him. They act like if they say we want him, that it's going to cost them money. Maybe. But, Jerry Jones says Dak Prescott deal can happen. Won't make, but he's not going to compare him to Jordan Love. Well, you have to. But he also is making excuses. He's saying anticipates a lot of ramifications on cap due to the Sunday ticket verdict. So the cap will come down, people.
They're making them pay stuff. I don't know if that necessarily means that it's going to be coming out of a salary cap. Could be, I guess. But it just depends, I guess, how they're making them pay that.
Yeah, he says it's hard. It has to be considered, Jones says. It doesn't make me flare. He likes that word all of a sudden, flare. He must have a lot of flares with his old ass. It doesn't make me flare, but it's a fact. I think I know better than anyone of the cap will be.
I think everybody be in the same
now.
situation.
Okay.
I think you need to just kind of go with it. Quit, just shut up and just
shut up
sign the
right.
guy. Just shut up and sign the guy. Yeah.
Somebody stick a banana in a tailpipe.
It's like he can't finish his damn sentence either.
Somebody shut him up.
Dude, man, it's hard sometimes to just listen to him and just trying to get something out. They ask him a simple ass question, he's running off somewhere else, wandering around, and they come back into the room. Trigger Trey.
Trigger Trey. It's like Kenny Flickett looking good. if the true goal is to win the Super Bowl, I wish we had a younger Dak with his mobility. Yeah. I mean, I hear you. That's the one thing that Trey can do is run. You saw the one play where he rolled. Yeah, but I mean that's not a quarterback. That's Lamar Jackson. Yeah, well, Lamar is better, obviously, but I'm just saying that's what makes Lamar special. That's what makes Jalen Hurts special. That's what makes him special. They're already doing read option, where the linebackers are getting sucked in because Saquon and Jalen's is squeezing out the backside. Picket line is growing, no doubt. Terrible Trey. What's up, Brad? How you doing, man? Lions are the best team in the NFL. Knicks 2024. I agree that they very well may be, man.
They're up there.
They're going to be good. We're going to get our ass handed to them when we play.
They're like 1 or 2 in the conference, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to. Again, this is going to be an interesting year. I looked at all the teams. We went through it, and all but 4 or 5 teams in the NFC have a shot to win their division, honestly. And if Dallas and Eagles, you screw up or suffer a couple injuries, Washington can win this division. And it's that way for multiple. What happened here? Dak Hawk Tua is in the playoffs. That's pretty funny. Hawk Tua. You got a Hawk Tua on that thing.
That girl.
So,
she's definitely on.
She's all over him, man. She quit her job. She's got a publicist.
Yeah, dude. She's got a reality show possibly in the making. Good for her.
That's
man.
crazy.
That just for her interview. You know what's crazy is that the guys that did the interview were the ones that were just like, well, we should be famous too. Like,
yeah, they're like, nah, no, well, you don't have a set of assets like her. That gave everyone a pick 6 day 2. Yeah, Ronnie, you got it. Yeah, well, that was a hell of a play by Deron Bland, Ronnie. I don't know how you can blame Dak on that.
Yeah, exactly. Bland's been doing that all season. If you don't know, you better ask somebody.
Bland always does that. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
That's the one that I think I'm a little nervous about him leaving.
Hot Tua.
Just because, again, you can't sign everything. Once you get to a certain point, man, it's going to be hard to sign everybody. You can sign them into smart contracts where you can trade them off, where avoidable, those later years, but got to be smart about it. Until I see a smart contract that Stephen Jones actually, puts together, it's hard for me to think that we're going to be able to sign everybody that we want.
Charles has a good point here. Charles Hart. I'm tired of Stephen and Jerry talk. It's all lies that it's hard to sign players. Cowboys are the only team having these issues. They have problems managing money, and other teams keep giving money. That's like you bring that up, okay? And let's just look at, I'll start with the Eagles, but I'll go right to other teams. Yeah, they have Hurts, Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. You go to Miami Dolphins, right?
Tight end Goddard.
And Goddard.
And 2 linemen that they're paying. So, 2
linemen
they're paying.
Look at the Miami Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, Tua Tagovailoa, the other receiver. I
don't know. I think maybe Waddle's still on his...
No, he just signed a new deal. He's making...
Did he?
Yeah, he's making 28.
Okay.
So Jalen Waddle, he signed it about a month ago.
They got that defense. There's lots of defensive guys on there.
Yeah. Oh, you got Jalen Ramsey that you're paying big money. So you got the Niners, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not enough. You got Debo making 28. Ayuk wants to get paid.
Yep.
You got
McCaffrey.
Now, you got McCaffrey getting a lot of money.
Bosa.
You got Trent Williams getting a lot of money, holding out for more money.
Yeah.
Bosa.
Warner, I think is
Fred Warner. I mean, listen,
Greenlaw.
It's all BS, people. The Dre Greenlaw, and shout out to him. He'll be out for a while, but again, it's all excuses to lower the price. I think everything that the Cowboys do is a negotiation. I think when they order
as well kicks when you're saying that, Waddle's deal doesn't kick in for 2 years. Well, that's what I'm saying. If you sign these guys, those deals really don't kick in for a couple of years. Get this shit done, man. So
I think when Jerry goes to Dunkin' Donuts, he haggles over the price. I think he tries to get a good deal. Well, could you throw in a couple more? I know I bought a dozen, but It's just Eagles will be hard.
Can I get
hit
no?
hard in
He's
a
all
few
like,
years.
what are those ones in the back there? Oh, those are a clearance one. We're gonna throw those away. It's all like, no, man, I'll buy it from you.
Purdy will be the highest paid QB. 49ers have a QB on a rookie deal. Knicks.
They will if they can sign him.
It's true. I don't know how high he's going to get. It all depends what
what part.
He seems
when
like a
he's
team
due up,
guy.
right? Yeah.
Sorry to say, but he does seem like a team guy.
And I don't know.
I think Purdy realizes that he can't do it by himself. He's not a Mahomes. He needs talent around him, and most quarterbacks do. Let's be honest. That's not a bad thing to say. Dak needs it. Jalen needs it. Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, that guy.
They all need it. So I mean, remember, Tua got his deal, and he's had all those concussions. I mean, he was able to dodge it for last year, but man, I wonder if there's anything in his contract that protects the team. I would say no. I think that's so. Dak is risking a little bit when he goes into the season, especially with 2 rookie offensive linemen, most likely, Phil. I don't know that I would want to be risking and betting on myself again. One of these years, he's going to come up snake eyes in a contract year. I'm just saying. If I was Dak, if they're offering me 55, I would take it.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Dak's side,
I'm all over the place.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
you don't know what's going to happen this year. All of a sudden, you could be due up, and then boom, nothing. You don't get signed.
Settle down just a little bit.
You don't sign anything. Something bad happens. I'm not hoping. Knock on wood type of situation, because I don't wish anything like that upon anybody.
I don't have the patience
but
to jack with you today.
Nothing guarantees anything. But maybe that sleep number money will help him and stuff. So.
Yeah. Well, I think it was Wade that said. Dak makes $30 million a year in endorsements, so you figure over and above.
If he was Atlanta
his
Falcons
55.4, he makes another 30 between sleep number and all the other, endorsements. Oh, I like that. That's the one I like. That's cool. So, Purdy is better than Dak next 2024. It's not that far off, Brad. Hey, Drew, what's going on? I mean, Purdy has done nothing but to come in and light up the
defense.
NFL.
Well, he reads defenses very well. Definitely,
he gets the ball out. I mean, I'm not saying he's better or not, but it's close. I mean, we can't act like it's not close. It is. Wait till Purdy gets paid. I'm not trashing the young man. He has been great, but it's the system and incredible talent.
Yep.
Dano,
you're very correct. Very correct. I think so. The talent is ridiculous. It's one of those things.
I would agree with that, actually, because Jimmy G went to a Super Bowl, right?
Dude, yeah, that's true.
Roro, what's up, Roro? Good thing Mark is on keto. I don't think he's on keto anymore. His face looked huge at the draft. Well, thanks, buddy. Alrighty then. He's not with us tonight. I'll pass it on.
Yeah,
I don't think he's on keto anymore.
That's so wrong. I'll pass it on. I'll let him know. Hey, man.
I'll pass it on. Roro says your face looks fat at the draft.
Yeah. And not
Twins is
PHAT,
talented.
pretty hot and tempting. I'm stunned by your fatness.
Drew, what do you mean? Are you talking about a Purdy is talented and underrated? Marcus still knee deep in line mortar.
Our boy, man. Our boy, Drew.
Yeah, I like Drew. Him and Brad have gotten real close. Also having Shanahan, but he's the Dak of coaching and chokes. Brock. Yes. Yeah. That's what I figured, Drew. I agree. I hate when people crap on quarterbacks just to crap on him. I mean, I don't like him. He beats us. But I'm going to keep it 100. He's a good quarterback. Peppa's view, Dallas drafts so well they should expect to pay. Stop the nonsense. It's all a negotiation. Peppa's view. They don't. They're antiquated, my man. It's all a negotiation, right, Phil? I think everything Jerry says is a negotiation. He can't even. He's pissed off that his baby mama from back in the 90s. I actually had somebody get.
The interviewer guy just right off the bat, just like hit him with those questions before we get to football.
Good. Good. I want that Jerry back.
Let's talk about your other
mad,
touchdowns. Oh yeah,
Quentin Cornett got mad at me. That's not right. Talking about Jerry, I'm like, dude, we need Jerry from the '90s who's partying, hanging out on the bus with the with the ladies. Maybe that's what we're missing. I don't know, but this Jerry, I don't know if he can handle it now. I don't think he can handle it. Was that a complete game? Wow, complete game by Phillips for the Phillies. About time. But anyway, whiskey or bourbon? I would say whiskey. Let's not forget Brock was Mr. Irrelevant. Yeah, he was the last pick in the draft, David Cowboy. You are correct, sir.
I wonder if they gave him the gym bag and everything, man.
Yeah, he got the gym bag. I don't think he got a jersey that said last on it or something. Mr. Irrelevant 000 or whatever the last
whatever
name.
Pick number is. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, whatever. Drew, loving what I'm hearing out of camp with Jalen, our boys painting the field, the shorts and helmets. I guess that's all you could go by, right?
He doesn't worry about his defense fucking getting blown apart, but yeah. Okay.
Well, that's the only thing I would. And this goes from my Dallas people. It needs to be a
back and forth kind of thing, and I get it. I totally get it. But you want it to be back and forth,
7-on-7 and 11-on-11 with shorts and helmets, especially 7-on-7. You're supposed to look good. If not, that's why it's so alarming that Trey Lance looks horrible. Because
there's a lot of open field there, dude. Like,
Phil played the game. He knows what I'm talking about. You're supposed to get confidence right now. Just lighten it up. Yeah, nobody's allowed to hit you, even with pads or not. But nobody's coming. Well, there was one circus catch by the young dude for the Eagles, and the crowd was going nuts. And here it turned out to be a sack. Oh. They blew it dead. It's like, that was the best play of the day. It's like, well, it was a sack. But let's not act like the Eagles don't have talent on defense. Yeah, I don't. They have Drew, they have a couple good linemen.
Assman says ribeye or prime rib. Prime rib, man.
Me,
love prime rib.
Yeah, I would go prime rib over. I don't know about that. I'm not big with all the fat on it, so I don't know. I'd probably go ribeye, but potato. What's up, Vinny Hagen? Where you been? Smitty out there mossing people. Yeah, right. I'm gonna have Philly 500 on my show Wednesday, so I might switch to the Zoom, the channel Zoom to Tuesday. The prime rib, medium rare. There you go. Bring it, Knicks. Yeah, I just watched it. Eagle has landed. I just watched it. That was a complete game. Yes, it was. Talent, but questions on all levels. I would be happy with the top. Oh yeah, if you get here's a deal, Twiz. I would say this, Twiz. I would say if your offense, kind of like what Dallas did last year, scoring 30 points a game, it helps out your defense. Eventually it's going to catch up to you if your defense doesn't become top 15. But they were 30 last year, so I think that's a good goal.
Yeah, with being able to run the ball, I think just forget it. You're taking the ball out of the other offense's hands, and you're keeping out of the defense, less situations for them to get scored on. So you have at least a recipe. It just depends on if, again, is it going to be a success story? Because it looks like on paper that it's going to be a really successful running team. So I'm interested to see can they keep it going. Can Kellen Moore keep discipline to the running game? I think people even put it at, shows that we do not like have pointed out as well that, quarterbacks do better when Kellen Moore leaves. And but I think, again, this Kellen Moore, Jalen Hurts thing is going to be a better one than he's had.
Yeah, I think a lot of Cowboy fans like to crap. Even Mark likes to crap on Kellen Moore. I think that's ridiculous. I think he knows how to beat up on
teams, off defenses. Let's be real. He knows
bad and average teams. He will put up some numbers, especially with that talent. So you just need your defense to be top 15. You don't know.
I would say their defensive tackles would probably be the Chris ones Johnson on defense that would give maybe offensive coordinators a little bit of issue. I mean, you can always run around that and play around it, but that would probably be the one thing on their defense that I would say is their elite part. is the defensive tackles.
Yeah, definitely.
Where ours are probably our corners. So. Our corners are more.
I would say I would say.
Edge rushers maybe.
Yeah, I would say edge rushers. I don't know about elite, but Micah. Well, that's what's exciting. Vinny, where are you eating at, my man? Where are you eating at? Just stop the run. Bland and Diggs will take care of it. Again, Chris, I agree with you. Where you been, man? Where you been? I haven't seen you in a while. I guess football's back, right?
Football's back, baby.
I came out of my cave.
Yeah, exactly.
Eagles need like a Nolan Smith and Carr. Well, I think with Dano, I don't mean to cut Phil off, so I'll let Phil go. But
I didn't say that.
I know, but I don't want to. I'm used to talking. I think the key to the Eagles is Nolan Smith's going to get his opportunity, and he has to take advantage. If Nolan Smith can't, then that's going to be tough because you're going to put people in positions to not, and Nakobe Dean, he's going to be the starter, at least to start out. He needs to take advantage of it. He has an opportunity. You're going to find out about Nolan and Nakobe Dean this year. It's going to be good or bad. Maybe one's good. Maybe Nolan steps up and Nakobe, I don't know. But again, I'm not here to crap on the Eagles. Yeah, well, that's what I was saying, Chris. I mean, listen, you don't take away from the offense. There's no contact, very little. But again, that defense, I don't think it's gonna be very good. I think it might be good. Like, but it's gonna take a while. So I don't know. I know one thing. Fangio is rolling in his D-backs. He's searching. He's rolling everybody, which is good because you need a lot of reps for your young guys. So. It's a big mystery. I mean, we're going to see. We can't say with any certainty that they're going to be really good, but we can't say that they're not. So let's just wait and see.
Drew, I didn't say are they better. I said what's the best part of your defense? The best part of
ours
our defense
is better.
Is our secondary.
Ours is better.
I mean,
yeah, absolutely. We didn't have Bland Diggs at all last year.
Diggs for Gilmore and stuff. Yeah. I just worry a little bit about your third. I mean, I like Jordan back. At least you have a veteran there.
Well, in this scheme. That's why he's back. He fits better.
And I do like the splash of Carson. I think he's more of the outside wide receiver. If you're gonna put Bland maybe in the inside, because I don't know. I don't know. Obviously I'm not there seeing. How are they attacking them? Are they is Bland doing a little bit better with the inside routes compared? Because the outside routes we know he can pick those off all day. But
Drew, that's one thing I disagree big time. Darius Slay got cooked again today. I'm sorry,
it's
Drew.
It's a good wide receiver group, though, man.
Our defensive backs are far and away better than yours. It's not even close. But, everybody's entitled to their opinion. We need Diggs back, and my hope, no issues. Again, they're being cautious, people. They're being cautious. Just like the Cooper DeJean will not make game one. Just to let everybody know. He's out 3 to 4 weeks. They are not going to rush DeJean back. Could he physically do it? Yeah, he could be back for game one. But that's stupid. Let the kid heal up. Diggs don't need to practice. He's running. He's doing everything. But there's no need. Diggs is not a guy that needs much. He's just a very, very talented individual. Just listen to Micah Parsons. If you respect Micah at all, just listen to his, I did a video on it, but listen to his press conference. Mike, he said, Diggs is unbelievably smart and talented. Bland, just saying, it's going to be good. And yeah, they're talking about bringing back Gilmore, but again, everybody's acting like Gilmore was all that. He tailed off towards the end of the year last year, Phil. I got a question for Phil. I mean, Washington, right? Their defensive secondary is not very good. That's one of the weak spots of their team. They have over $37 million available. Gilmore is out there, and his defensive coordinator is the head coach. They have not picked up a phone call because he was tailing off. He was backing off of receivers towards the end of the year. When you sit with, listen, like when we're in it, and we're watching it, we don't want to believe that. Oh, he's doing good.
Well, I mean, I think the Cowboys again are willing to bring him back, but at the right price. I think he thinks he
played outside last year, Drew.
He just goes to show you that he wants top money still, and teams weren't willing to pay him for that, and so he's kind of have to come back down to earth a little bit. And do the Cowboys need that? They have a lot of young talent that needs reps, and I think that's a nice thing about training camp. I think Zach Martin really kind of pointed it out as well, that his holdout kind of caused T.J. Bass, Brock Hoffman, these interior guys, awesome, to actually come in and get some reps. That keyed in later on in the year when they had to play. Is that same thing going to happen, hopefully, with some of these wide receivers? I think the only thing that you don't get is you don't get to watch that veteran.
No, Drew, you're wrong. No. Vinny, Slay is on par with Diggs? Absolutely not. It's not even close.
Here's the thing, Drew. I need you to talk. On, man. You don't ever talk negative about your team. You have no flaws in your head. Like, that's what I need. You need you to be real as well. When you're talking about us being real, be real as well, man. Like, everything on your team isn't 100%.
Diggs is a top 10 corner in the league. Slay is on the tail end. Might be his last year in the league.
I love his mentality, but you're gonna Diggs gets hit by some double
that's the thing,
moves,
man.
but...
Dano, we disagree with Drew adamantly. I mean, and I get news for you. I can't. Most GMs, I would think Howie Roseman, you would agree with me. I think he would, but I wanted to get to somebody. Who was it? Oh yeah, well. Bland played outside last year, Drew. When Diggs got hurt, Bland played the boundary corner, and he had his best year as a pro.
When he got beat inside.
They all get beat.
Yeah, they got beat inside too.
Slay got beat by a Paris Campbell for a touchdown today. I'm close to the situation. I saw the highlights. Paris Campbell busted the big play Slay. Now it's only 7. There's no pads. So again. We just disagree.
I would just like to see just some teams in motion, some connections. Yeah, it's going to be harder. I just think it's always just harder for the defense to be able to stop a team that's organized. But you're seeing some really ball hawking skills across the league. I think maybe you can blame it on some offenses not being on the same page as well. When you seen, like, I saw that Bland one, and I think you were correct. I mean, he dove down to the ground.
That was not Dak. That was just a guess.
When you're looking at Trey Lance, man, that Deuce Vaughn, like, tips right off his hands, gets picked off. You're just like, come on, Deuce. Like, you're gonna.
Yeah, Trey don't look good. Well, I mean, listen, I would love for it to be good. Me and Phil.
Yeah, we would, but yeah.
Both kind of. We're hoping Trey would. I ain't gonna lie. We were both kind of hoping that Trey would take the job. It would free up a lot, but it's not happening. I wanted to get to some. Eagles had landed. The Cowboys had Parsons, who kind of disappeared, versus Lane Johnson. Diggs coming off ACL. No one else. Actually, Eagles had landed. You got to remember the scheme that we're playing in. Now, again, if you guys are allowed to rely on Cooper DeJean and Kenyon Mitchell, and you're going to rely on unproven Keely Ringo, and you're going to rely on who's that edge rusher, Jalix Hunt. Then we should be able to rely on our young guys as well. Again, we can make a move for a defensive tackle. They're trying to give these young guys a chance, and I'm just going to tell everybody, from what I'm hearing about Mozzie, it's night and day. So again, until we see it, I'm not going to comment too much about it, because I don't want to put the bull.
I don't want to put anything on him at all.
But you can't go in with any. They're all very excited of what they're seeing. Just because you got to remember, he's just there to take a double team and swallow up 2 blockers to allow Overshown. Pause. Huge pause on that one. But yeah, Lane Johnson does that to a lot of people. Eagles had landed.
So Drew, you're not relying on any rookies to contribute. Really?
No, he is. He has to.
You have to, man. There's a lot of stuff there, man.
What's up, Felix? How are you, brother?
Got it revamped. There's a lot. Your draft was crazy. You're going to rely on rookies, man. All teams are going to have to in certain situations.
And Isaiah Rodgers is a good steal, but listening to John McMullen and Twiz will tell you, he may not make the team because of numbers. So I'm just letting you know. Again, I know the Eagles pretty well. That's one thing. Now, I'm not saying more than Drew or Twiz, but most of the Eagle fans, especially ones that are not you guys, but in the chat and they're spamming and they're not respectful, I know just as much about the Eagles than they do, and they know it.
Dude, if your corners...
But you heard that, right,
If your
Twiz?
corners
That's all
don't
I'm
make a
saying.
big impact, you're going to be in trouble, man. Let's be real. Like, you need them to make an impact, at least one of them. You need something in that secondary. Bradbury, he's that turnstile a little bit. You got Slay. Again, I love Slay's leadership a little bit.
I like Slay, but I mean, he's just about cooked.
Yeah.
Just about. I mean, that's just how it works in this league. I think he'll be 33 this year. It doesn't take long, though, and they are trying to move on from Bradbury. It'll be curious to see if Vic Fangio allows them to move on from Bradbury, because he's a vet, and these old grizzled guys love the vets, See,
unfortunately, with our team, man, we have to rely on too many young guys. That's our problem. We're hoping that we hit. Brian pointed it out on one of his videos, man. We need
I know,
too many
Twiz,
things
but he's
to
a
hit.
writer for the Eagles, Twiz. That's all I'm saying, bro.
We need too many things to hit. That's the problem as well.
Yeah, no. In order for us to get where we want, we need a lot to hit. Eagles need less to hit. Only because I think Eagles offense is so much more dynamic that they don't need their defense to be top 10. They could get away with an 18th ranked defense. I don't think it's going to get you a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but at least push you. At least a victory in the playoffs, Compared to us, I think if
it's all about matchups. If you get the Giants at home and the Niners at home with a third string quarterback, you can go to a Super Bowl. Bang! No, I'm joking, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just happy football's back.
I am too, man.
Let's see here. Getting Eagles Atlanta. Chris Johnson during OTAs. Hurts looked lost thus far. Oh yeah, he's been perfect in Eagles had landed. Hurts has been perfect. There's nothing to complain about with Jalen Hurts.
I don't
right
think
now,
that's going to be your problem.
Right now. I mean, Dallas have their better corners, but we are right there. Realistic. Yeah, I'm not saying you're far away. And
dude, I'm saying
if you project,
you could be there. Like, especially if those two guys hit, one of those guys hit.
Plus,
I mean, that's a great thing.
Drew knows, and that if you get pass rush with your interior, it helps your outside. So I'm not. Again, you guys don't need to be as good as long as your offense is flying around. Well, then we agree with that. Eagles have landed. Listen, I take pride in being fair. Sometimes people don't like it, but whatever. Dallas have better. Oh yeah, I already read that. We invested a pick and let him sit. I doubt we would let him walk. Yeah, I know. I'm just telling you what they said.
Stupidity as well, man.
You don't want to get rid of young guys either, though.
Ridgeway.
Yeah, exactly. So, I honestly think that Dallas will make a move, but again, it's a different. Mike Zimmer is a different type of defensive line. Dustin, what's up, my man? Yeah, Dustin's a good. I mean, he's a good kid. I had seen him before, and then he's been in, and then he's been in Marks a lot lately. So he knows his stuff. So it's cool that he came over the Primetime Phil. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to it, Drew. I was going to talk to Phil, man. Phil's going to. I think Phil needs to at least do one overlay for me, like a Zoom overlay for like a half Eagle, half Dallas Zoom box.
Okay.
Because I got something planned. So, and Drew's going to join me. So maybe Rob. We might do some post game Eagle stuff, but give them, because he wants to start a channel eventually. So I told him I might consider doing a short, something that we tape, but I would need help with I need to spice it up a little bit, maybe do some sort of intro.
Yeah.
Eagle base. I would be puking throughout it, but at least I'm joking. At Chris Johnson, nope, the DBs have to step up a coverage with the wide receivers. Hurts has just been placing the ball perfectly. Yeah, Eagles had landed And I know Phil's probably like, "Oh shit, we're talking a lot of Eagles," but you guys are in here, so I think it's only
we
fair.
go with what the chat kind of dictates a little bit.
Yeah, and he could go wherever he wants, but I would say Jalen Hurts has a really good offensive line, and they're not really allowed to blitz him right now. So advantage skill position. So hey, big Sarge, you're preaching to the choir. I would make that move now. I don't know that Dan Quinn would.
I would throw in Mukwamu just to mix. Just to
I like
Mukwamu.
Let's slow down a little bit.
Yeah,
Give him Nashawn Wright. Give him Nashawn. He's a better special teamer.
Okay.
You can have Nashawn Wright. Has anyone stood out in your camp? Twiz. Well, Dax looked very well. He did have the one pick.
Those younger wide receivers, I think, have been standing out a little bit more.
Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks. I don't know where Mark got Jalen Brooks as the odd man out. I don't know who the hell's in his ear, but it's not true, Mark. Put down the Cavassier, dude. Jalen Brooks is fine.
Yeah, you need 3 or 4.
You know who looks good? And Drew's not gonna. I mean, he'll probably say it don't mean nothing. It really don't, because there's no pads on. But Tyler Guyton has looked really good.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, it's kind of hard, I'm not gonna.
Looks like Mozzie's also getting off the snap as well too. So it's like that. Mozzie, that's what stood out to me.
He's 310, and they're trying to get him to 315.
Well, when they snaps the ball, he was getting off right there, not waiting. There was everybody was already up by the time he was coming off the ball, and so at least you got that positive. Doesn't mean
Lord
anything.
Von?
He still's got to make leverage. He still got to get his hands in the right place. But, at least it's a good sign in the right direction.
Reports the Eagles camp is that defensive line was getting the best of O-line. Yeah, I didn't see that, Lord Von, and I only say that because 3 practices in, the offense has dominated the play. So, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Action Pal, what's up, my man? Thank you for coming by. Guyton Ballin, Chris Johnson, definitely. But we got to keep it low. We don't want everybody. Not that the teams aren't going to know, but we don't need the fans to know that Guyton is looking really good so far, albeit without pads on. Everybody doesn't have pads on. It is what it is. Cam's going to blow Mozzie off the line. I don't. That's a good. Good luck with that, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's a different scheme for Mozzie. He's getting off the snap as opposed to read and react like he did at Michigan. Zimmer's asking him just to take double teams. The one thing about Mozzie is he's unbelievably strong. Unbelievably strong. So, yeah, good luck with that. If it was Kelsey, I would say, yeah. I'm not going to say you're wrong, but you ain't getting that yet. Fish said Dak threw 3 picks yesterday, saying, yeah, I don't know, Ronnie. I don't know. I watched all of the plays. I saw the one. Thank you very
much, Action Palace.
Thanks, Action. Thank you so much.
Appreciate
that. I appreciate it. We have 2 channels. This channel and
I got yours on the top of the chat. You can see
Game Time. Brian is up top. He joins me on Wednesdays. I join him on Saturdays. Game Time enjoyed the show with the angry Cowboys fan. Thanks, Clemente. He's got the velvety voice. He's the Don Cornelius of Cowboy content creators. So, I had to bring him on. Dak only threw 2. Cooper Rush.
Threw the other one.
There you go, Big Sarge. Straighten him up. Yeah. He's not, again, Big Sarge, I would say that, I'm not even going to say it.
Love our corners. Let's be real.
I would say that, our defense is pretty good, but, nobody wants to give us credit. That's fine. You'll see.
I worry a little bit about that interior part, just even, defense tag.
Well,
we talked about it
a little.
At least we have some people that have potential.
We have a Pro Bowler in Osa there, okay?
A rushing one, pass rushing one, yeah. I'm hoping that he goes to a run scheme type of thing, but I
not many teams do what Buffalo
Osa.
did last year.
That's true.
Well, we have a lot of bodies. We got, again, we don't know
Rodgers.
yet.
That's
why
these guys,
right. Justin Rodgers. We have a
Robbie,
what's his name? Well, oh, there he is. What's up, Rob? But just get home from work, my man. I wouldn't look too deep in interception. Dustin, I wouldn't look deep into nothing right now.
No, nothing.
But you got to take the positives.
Yep.
If I'm an Eagles fan, I'm happy with how the offense is looking so far. Again, it changes on a dime, but I think they'll be able to move the ball with that talent. I don't see how they can't. Chris Gons, what up? Shout out to the 50 people in here. Thank you. Go Cowboys, game time, prime time. Let's go. Chris, let's go, my man. Kneeled and sliding down the 3-tech. He's a big... Really? I did not see that.
Oh, man, if you can get some of these guys on the field at the exact same time, I think that would be great. It's especially if you're moving around. If you can push that 3-4 defense, I mean, you're getting some of these guys on the field that you wouldn't have been able to tag together. Whether
I did not see it.
Whether you got, for example, you don't. I would love to see Sam Williams, Parsons coming off of one side, where Law and Nealon coming off the other side, where your center still has your two linebackers and your whatever great defensive tackle of a trash cans in there that you hope that you get. I would like to see those having to, okay, how do we, a lot of these stunts could work a lot better. It's just, I'm just so eager to see some of these schemes. I don't even know what to say in the sense of Zimmer, because he has even talked about how his schemes are different a little bit this year. I don't want to go into a big thing because you don't know. You don't know if it's going to be successful. You don't know if it's going to be, just a complete trash.
Big Sarge. That's impressive.
What's that?
That's, again, Mike Fisher. I was listening to Mike Fisher, and he was talking to McCarthy, and he must have been tipped that they were working on the A gap blitz or A gap pressure. And Micah is all over the field, people. He's not going to be. He lost weight for a reason. He's down to 240. He's going to be playing a lot of off-the-ball linebacker. He's not always going to come, but he's going to be lined up in the A-gap. The disguise of that defense is going to be very, very fun to watch. Marshawn Nealon, Phil, is a... yeah, I know. I saw it, Drew. They gave up a couple prospects, but that was a good move. The Angels. But, yeah... what do you call it? They're going to be disguising a lot. So Marshawn Nealon lining up in a dime as a 3-tech. Remember, he's a run-stuffing beast.
Yeah, I love it, yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to put him on one side, Law on the other side, you got some guys that can help secure those sides.
Micah RB1, yes, he did run the ball as well.
Yeah, it was cutting and everything.
That's all he needs is to tear an ACL.
Well, I mean, if you ever watch his story, you just watch him in high school. He was a ridiculous beast as a running back.
He's an athlete. You could tell he's just an all-around athlete. I noticed he had a hoodie on. I'm like, God damn, he's ripped. I mean, you could just tell. And I love Micah. It's just sometimes, you could tell that the beef is not over between him and Malik Hooker. It's not over. So, Big Sarge. I was telling, me and Phil were at the draft, and be at the scouting report of Primetime's guy, Dane Brugler, was is not very bendy, which means they don't think.
You're get underneath them and around, yeah.
Yeah, well, they said his comp is D Law, but D Law to me gets the pass rush, and he had the same, not quite as bendy, really good against the run, stays home, doesn't risk, holds the point of attack.
3-tech then. That makes
Yeah, he is a closer, Drew, from the Angels, so it helps.
I love it. Oh yeah.
What's up? Getting home, met one of the best white MLB home run guys ever. Oh yeah, he is white, isn't he? He bleached his skin. That's crazy.
Dominican Republic, yeah.
What's up, I love weed? What's going on, my man? We need a closer. Yeah, we got one. We needed a win. We got that too. But yeah, so
So yeah, man, a lot of things coming out of training camp. You were talking about guys like Overshown that looked really good. I was thinking that maybe possible step back, but we really didn't get to see a whole lot from last year. But just to see him running around, just active, he definitely looks bigger than he was last year. So he definitely took to the workout program that the Cowboys had and just started pushing it. Did that Triple H stuff. He was he tore his quad and he just started pumping shit, just all summer because he didn't have anything else to do. Looks good, man.
Yeah, Chris Gons asked Gametime and Primetime. My question to you guys: do you believe we still have the talent to win the division? Get over Philly. Get division back to back over Philly. The moves he did in the offseason. Go ahead, Phil. You can answer this one.
Do we have the talent? Yes, I think we have the talent. I think there's too many questions in the sense of a lot of positions. We need people to step up.
Yeah, that's the key.
I think that's what it is you need a lot of people to step up, whether it's the running back to step up. Oh, you weren't on this team last year.
Mr. Positive, Kid Cowboy. Welcome.
You need some guys to step up behind it.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb. Let's say CeeDee Lamb steps out. Now you're going to definitely need the wide receiver group to really step up into that spot where Brandon Cooks is. Who's that number 2 wide receiver? Is Tolbert on the outside? Is Brooks on the outside? Who's that other guy that's going to step up into it?
Yeah, I think
room. Just a lot of questions there.
Yeah, defensively, I think Williams, Sam Williams is really big.
What's up?
I think again, I'm not even how confident I am with our linebackers. I think that's going to be such a strength. Obviously, we need somebody to emerge with Williams. Sam Williams is going to. If Sam Williams can be that guy. Like if he could be, remember, he had 7.5 sacks last year on playing part-time. Okay, just remember that. So he had more sacks than D-Law. So I don't want to hear that's a stretch. Now, he can get you, but is he going to be smart? Is he going to be disciplined, stopping the run? So if that's the case, that's going to free Micah up. If not, then Micah's going to have to play edge rusher more than maybe we want. And then I would say one of the defensive tackles, if it's Mozzie, that's great. If it's Justin Rogers, if multiple.
Long ass year.
Remember, we got Carl Davis, who fits better in this scheme.
Carl Davis. Yep.
He fits better in this scheme than he did under Quinn because he's not expected to get pass rush. He's expected to eat it.
Man, I think somebody's pointing out they were looking at Bell and how small Bell is, and you had him playing middle linebacker, and throwing him in there with some big ass 300-pound dudes. It's like, golly, I love
defensively,
his mentality, man.
I agree. Nobody. If ADA goes down, but then again, I would say if Micah, Dak, or ADA goes down, we're in trouble.
Yes.
But I would also say if Jalen, AJ, or Saquon goes down. And I would say Saquon would be third on that list because I think you could get by. You'd be in trouble. You can say that about every team. So, again, that's kind of a nobody. That's kind of an obvious one. If one of those goes down, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, but he was he was piggybacking off what I was saying in the sense of, just people stepping up. And I can definitely agree with him. Are you going to get that same level of play from those guys that step up? Let's be real.
Yes,
hell no, man.
exactly. Eagles have landed. Exactly. Don't forget, we got Jake Ferguson.
Yeah,
it's not like
the dog.
We got Ferg.
I'm interested to see who steps up behind him. I mean, a lot of people are love Hendershot. Nobody is betting their mortgage on Luke to do anything positive. So we look past
he's
him.
Healthy.
Is Stevens?
Yay!
Is Stevens going to have a year where he's now he's coming back? Is he going to look good? Is the young rookie that they signed? Is that going to be something that might push Luke into the hey, let's just push away and make him a memory of second round draft picks that have not panned out?
Ronnie, you're right. Jalen Tolbert, like I told people, again, it's early, so I'm not going to get all carried away. I know that they're going to be good. That's the difference. I don't really need, barring injury, they're going to be good. So their wide receiver core is going to be better than it was last year. It just is. Why? Because these younger guys are getting better. Mm-hmm. That's just, and they're going to get more playing time.
Yeah.
It's just, it's easy. Their running game's going to be better. Why? Because of the other center.
Line. The offensive line is getting better.
You could say whatever about left tackle, but that normally, I don't think Guyton's going to give you any issue as far as the run game. They're going to help him over there. It's not like they're not going to help him. We didn't have a run game last year. Again, just remember that. Our running game was horrendous last year, and we won 12 games, albeit with an easy schedule. So we'll see.
Yeah, Kid Cowboys, you're exactly right. The QB go down, we're definitely.
No, he's saying we got Dak, so we suck. That's what he's saying.
I was thinking maybe you're saying if he goes down, we're screwed. Yeah, I would say as well too.
Saying,
I wouldn't put any hopes on. Nothing against Rush. I think he did. Really
am I right,
adequate.
Kid Cowboys?
I just don't think this defense can do what it did last year yet. I got to see something on paper. I got to see some on film, not just on paper. Sorry, I'm backwards on that one. Because I need to see these guys moving around the ball. Do they, are they leaving big ass gaps open for them to run down? I think that's, again, I have PTSD when it comes to that. I'm hoping that Dan Quinn takes that stuff over there, and eventually that becomes the defense for Washington. But I really worry about us kind of, because we need a bigger linebackers. I mean, Bryan's been saying that all season.
Yeah. I mean, what teams pound the ball down your throat?
Well, I
want to know.
Well, you got some bigger ones, like, for example, the
ones
that
the
can with the offense.
Eagles under Kellen Moore is going to.
Well, you got San Francisco that was doing. You got,
but you got not many teams
Detroit
do
that can do it. Detroit has 2 running backs that can just, and an
Buffalo
offensive line
did
that
it.
can do it.
The Ravens are going to do it.
Arizona can do it. Like even weak ass Arizona did it against us. So it's like the teams are. I think most teams have a star running back. It was just a handful of them, and where we just happen to be. But I like the fact that at least we got a guy like Zeke back. Yes, he may not be the same Zeke or whatever, but at least we got a better offensive line to hopefully give him
none that you
yard
know
or two.
of, Rob.
What's that?
Well, he's saying no defensive tackle to stop the run. How do you know?
We don't know yet, but
Rob, how do you know what Mozzie is going to do? Mozzie looks really good so far, but again, I'm not going to get carried away. How do you know Justin Rogers isn't going to come in and be a beast? How do you know that Carl Davis in this system is not going to? He's a one technique. How do you know that we have a Pro Bowler in Osa who can stop the run, but he's not a one tech. He's a 3 tech. We got 6'6" Osa. Golston. I don't know where they're going to line him up at. I don't know. They got Denzel Daxon, rookie, big boy. We don't know how these guys are going to pan out. So to say you don't have anybody, I think is a false statement. You don't know. No, Rob, they have him lined up at the 1. They changed it up on me, Rob. So they're trying to get him to 315. He sits at 310 now. So
yeah,
it's a totally different scheme, Rob, under Zimmer. His job is to explode and take a double team and let our linebackers flow. So I don't know. I'm just saying Dallas has no true one technique. Again, they have one. They have multiple. We don't know if they can play. I'm just updating you, my man. They do have a true one techniques. They're just very, very young. We don't know yet. They may have to go get somebody.
They started on their team and really big teams,
exactly,
Auburn,
Chris.
Stuff like that, but that doesn't mean they weren't top picks.
I'm not going to tell Rob that he doesn't have any corners. Kenyon Mitchell may develop fast. Achille Ringo may be that guy, but as of now, he's not that guy. So, again, it's just a little unfair. I have always said that the defenses will win championship games. Zimmer will bring back... Yeah, Dustin, Zimmer's... You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy, Kid Cowboy. Yeah, Dustin, it's all up to Zim. I will give you that's a question. Not for sure they could. Yeah, no, I'm not saying we. Yeah, we can't sit here and say we're the Eagles with our D tackles. No, I would never say that. No, I would never. Arturo, what's going on, my man? How was your brisket, my man? But yeah, I'll have Philly 500 on Wednesday. We're gonna go at it because I'm not putting up. I ain't gonna put up with him saying that you guys got better corners. That's not happening. Maybe I'll snake him and bring Mark on. Maybe I'll reach out to Big Sills. Oh shit! But anyway,
So yeah, man.
So what do we got?
I know. I'm just saying we kind of going through. We have we got stuff to talk about, man. Each time we come in here, we'll have something new. Whether it's contract talk, whether it's defense making plays, somebody's gonna step up. There's always some young guy that does step up that we're not expecting. So we've been dropping a lot of names, but it's the names that are deeper down there that I'm interested to see who kind of shines out, who stands out, who's the guy that we aren't talking about now by the end of camp is going to be on our radar. Is there a name that maybe you could guess? Think about, not obvious ones that we've been talking about like Carson's or those things, but is there a young guy that you would say is going to step up that may not be on anybody's radar?
Who do I think is going to step up? I think it's going to be. I don't think Kalen Carson as much as I would like. I don't know. I haven't seen enough. I still say Jalen Brooks. Nobody's expecting this kid to come in, and I know that Mark Hudson hates this guy. I think there's two running backs to look out for, not named Zeke Elliott. One is Hunter Lepke. I think is going to have a big year, and Deuce Vaughn.
Gametime is going to be saying Hunter Lepke for the next, at least another year. He's going to do the Turpin touchdown thing where it's this weekend, it's Turpin time. And
Hunter Lepke is a beast.
I think the one's running back that's going to surprise me was the guy, Jones. Again, that one was one that got me last year, because he was a big guy. You were coming in, you're like, okay, well, maybe he can do something. And then this year, what they get the foreman? I can't always remember the dude's name. The other big
Freeman.
running back. Yeah, Freeman. Thank you. Sorry. I think that guy could be, the surprise one. And Rico, I like that he's back into the mix. I just don't ever expect a whole lot from Rico because, of course, a big chunk of his beginning years were just recovery. The hip. You know what happens with running backs when hips injuries happen? Those are hard to always shake. Bo Jackson, one of the greatest to ever really play hip thing, and then takes a small little hit, and then all of a sudden he never really played again. So that's why I worry about Rico. I never really tried to just relinquish all the reins to him. I want Deuce Vaughn to get involved in this, but when you're seeing Deuce drop passes, boinking right off his head, you're a small enough target, dude. You got to secure everything. You can't let shit bounce off of you. Just because if it bounces off of you, it's just waist high for the rest of the league. It's going to go right off of them. So I really want to see some stuff from our running back because guess what? This offensive line is going to give you holes, but you need to do some shit, man. You're going to have some situations where we're going to be one-on-one. Do you think these running backs can, juke a guy, maybe go through a guy? Right now, I'm not seeing anything other than running around trash cans and shit.
Yeah, again, there's a long way to go, people. There's a long way. Everybody should be happy. This is the season of optimism. The whole offseason was negative for Dallas, but the bottom line is they're good. They're a very talented football team.
I like the spots that we did pick. Okay, let's be real. We saw Tyler Biadasz leave.
Lance.
Oh, Tyler Biadasz is center. Me and you, Brian, can agree. Brock Hoffman, better center?
Better.
Yeah, is it Cooper Beebe a possibility of center? Is that a better center?
And if Cooper beats out Brock, then
that's a better center. Either one, man. Either way, is a better
it don't
center.
Matter. Right?
Yeah, Tyron Smith, a Pro Bowl, amazing offense. I wish we could keep him. You can't keep him because even if you pay him $18 million, there's nothing guarantees that he's going to be playing the rest of the year. At least you got somebody that you could at least try some shit with. You have a backup plan with Tyler Smith. Go ahead with Guyton.
Guyton's not better than Tyron now.
No. We're not saying that at all. But durability,
at some point,
maybe?
You have to just remember Joe Burrow got to the Super Bowl with an ass offensive line. He needs to grow. I think he's a Pro Bowler down the line. He needs to get his growing pains in, help him when we can. He's not going to be perfect, but he's a beast of a man. He's 6'8", and he has the feet of a ballerina. He just needs to. They say he's going to be a better pass blocker than run blocker. So again, we don't know until we see it. Nobody knows. So let's just wait and see. Brian, your best corner may not even be the same anymore. Well, I don't know. He may be though. You can't say that.
And then we have another one that was setting records.
Okay, you have
side.
Kenyon. Okay, he's a rookie. You have Slay, who's maybe a year left. DeJean, he won't be there until probably week 2. He may start the year on PUP. They're already talking about that. Who else you got? Isaiah Rodgers. They were talking about not making the team. Keely Ringo, yes. Ricks is horrible. Eli Ricks, don't give me Eli Ricks.
We don't know who to use because you don't know who to throw out there.
You have a lot of names and you have potential, but you hitting the ground running right now, you can't expect it.
Yeah, I think you're right there with us in the sense that like you got young potentials in those, but you don't know what you have. It's just a lot of the same positions that we're talking about in ours.
Yeah.
You know, just there's a lot of question marks. We got to see how preseason they're gonna get a lot of playing time, man. Unfortunately, you're hoping that they can last.
Nobody. I agree. The guards, our strength is our interior.
Yeah, it is. There is no doubt. And guess what? What's amazing about it is that a lot of that. Let's be real. Okay, let's say Zach Martin and Tyler Smith, those guards that are all pro, both could slide out technically, if they really need. I know Zach Martin never does. He won't talk about it. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah, right.
But really, they could. I mean, those interior could slide out. Just the sense of talent. But again, it doesn't mean anything if just this defense, I think it's going to count on this defense through the season. If they don't keep them in games, offense can score. They might have some trouble at times, but again, I will always look at this defense, man. They allowed 30 plus in those, quite a bit of playoff games, except for the one in San Francisco. So until a defense really improves, I really don't expect much from the team, even if we're able to push far.
So. Yeah, man. But here's the fun part, everybody. We're going to be able to watch and see, we have a tough schedule out the gate. It's football, right?
Yes.
All this talk will be like, we'll have answers soon enough. That's all we could.
Drew. We're realistic about who we are as a team. Man, you're not realistic. You talk a lot. You talk. You don't say the weaknesses. Oh, so and so gets this thing. Hopefully he'll do this. Nah, man, that does not come out your mouth, dude. Don't talk about realistic stuff if you can't point out your own weaknesses, man. But I love you, Drew, but like it's not. You can't. You at least Twiz and Robe, they point out weaknesses and stuff like that. What could be there? You got stuff that you replaced. Howie Roseman did a great job at least knowing what weaknesses were. Changing it doesn't mean you found answers, but you at least went out there and found solutions to possible problems.
Yeah, again,
we bitch about our front office because we got the young guys, and like now we all know what you need to run a successful team, and it's just not our front office right now.
But Primetime, read my last comment. Exactly, Twiz. We are realistic about what we are. You just won't tell a Cowboy fan that. It's all fun. We'll find out soon enough.
Hey, again, man, like,
what's embarrassing, Kid Cowboy? What happened?
I would love to see our team just be if it's a young team that's a threat, that's great, especially if you're adding more. But where's our weakness? If there's a weakness going forward, the defensive tackles showed that none of them stepped up. Are we going to go out there and fill that need? I just, again, this proven history said that they don't do it. They did go out and get a corner. They did go out and get somebody in a wide receiver, but they're quick to remind us about that shit,
Dustin, I'm with you, bro. Our realities are Jerry Jones is watching the leaves fall.
Oh my God, he's watching. Yeah, it sounds like he's just waiting to die out in the pasture, because it's just like he's just like, just watching nature, just taking it all in. You're like, oh, come on, Jerry, shut up, dude.
Yeah, shut the hell up. Exactly, Drew. Just think about it this way. You're probably going to have time for your young defensive pieces to develop with an explosive offense.
Yeah, you will.
That's what you've got
and you can't,
going for you.
And let's be real, a lot of people can't jump on the young failures early on. Go ahead.
we have more of a reach with our offensive line. I think it's going to be better in certain positions, but still, when you're replacing 2 young ones, it's a question mark.
Well,
so
I mean,
how is that going to affect the offense?
We love the Guyton pick. I
love it, but
in the end, I don't like it at the moment, but he's still going to struggle like hell with Myles Garrett. Let's be real.
I'm talking week 1 through 6. How are we looking?
Yeah.
If we could be 500 or maybe a little better, we're going to be just fine. If we're 2 and 4, we could be in trouble. So this is all what we got to look forward to.
Yay.
There we go. Slot receiver. But
that slot receiver is just tearing up the league. I don't care where you're putting him. If he's attacking your defense and getting first
there you
downs
go,
and
Brad.
touchdowns,
6-0, bang.
call him my running back. Call him just training wheels. I don't care what you call him. It's just I want him to be making plays. I have a lot of
Terry
questions.
ain't getting nothing together.
If he somehow gets a big contract, there's still a lot to his game that he needs to improve, and we've bitched about it left and right. So saving me some brisket, hell yeah, man.
Bill likes the meat. Pause.
Thanks for that. Nice little quip.
Got it.
So anyways, game time, man. A lot of talk about. We could go on this for hours.
Yeah.
But again, we're going around in circles just because, this team, this front office is going around in circles. They don't know what they're doing as well. Just you talked about it. I think as I watched the Hard Knocks thing, I may not agree with everything that they're saying or how they're doing it. But they're making decisions and sticking with it. They're doing it, Oh, this could happen. That could happen. Not blowing smoke up anybody's ass, They have a straight-up conversation with what they're going to do with Barkley. That's what I want out of my front office, man. It's just, I'm not saying I want the Giants front office. Hell no. But I look at us and Stephen Jones and all them. It's just, where is that... Where's that life going to come from? Where's that difference maker going to come from? Is it Jimmy Johnson? Got to get him on the phone. You got to listen to what he's saying if that's the case. Again, everybody's quick to point out that Jimmy never did that during a salary cap era, but I don't think that's going to really matter. That's just another numbers game.
Agreed. Lord Von Burrow hair makes him look. Burrow looks like. That is right. He looks like Cody Rhodes with his hair. He does.
He looks like Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone.
Or Macaulay Culkin as Cody Rhodes.
He's like Macaulay Culkin, playing him in as a movie.
Jimmy is behind this. Oh man, I don't know about that good Cowboy. Really I thought maybe, but when we did nothing in the draft, that wasn't a Jimmy.
Take it back. They got 2 offensive linemen. I think that was the most exciting thing. A defensive guy that I wasn't expecting in the second. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. It's just
we definitely will, man. We definitely will see.
But anyways, Brian, is there anything you want to talk to the guys about before we get out of here? Because it's...
Nah, just tomorrow 3:30. Join the channel member Zoom call. Like I said, Tuesday. We'll probably do another Zoom call, and then Wednesday I'll have Philly 500 on 8 o'clock. So be there or be square. Everybody have a good Sunday, and I'll see everybody tomorrow.
Yeah, man, I appreciate everybody coming through. Here we're back again, man. We're going to do this every week.
Obviously,
once we get going in preseason games, we'll stick it up a notch. We'll take it to 2, 3 episodes a week. We'll definitely get the nice mixture in there. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be talking football. It might be a disappointing year. It might be a great year. I know I look forward to the next following one. But here we are, man. Football again. So, Brian, again, I appreciate you coming through. And I appreciate you guys not forgetting to do what?
Ring that bell, everybody.
Damn right, guys. You guys take care.
Who are you?
Like always, I'm your host, Primetime Phil.
What kind of a stupid name is that?
Oh, they let you pick any name you want when you get down there.
And what is your name, sir?
Well, I told you my name, man.
Sir, what's your name?
It's my co-host, Gametime Bryan.
Cool name. Superpowers?
I haven't relaxed. I'm ready for a wild show.
What would you say you do here?
I don't know what it is yet, but it could be a lot of things. So we'll see.
This doesn't make any sense.
Nah, nothing makes sense here, man.
You thinking what I'm thinking, Bart?
Yeah, let's f***ing rage!
Yeah, okay, cool. I don't need the PBS special.
What the fuck is this piece of
Can you say what the f***?
did I do last night?